So we will start meditating with the background of what we just discussed in the first and the second segments. You need a quiet corner of the house, depending upon the weather. Outside meditation works even better under a tree, in a natural settings, in connection with the universal forces, the wind, the light, the air, and the nature will be even better. But again, weather not permitting, a quiet corner of the house will do, and eventually that will become your main place to meditate, because weather may not be convenient or cooperative all the time. But whenever you have chances, try to escape outside the house and find some place to meditate. 2, find ample time to meditate. Meditation is a journey you're taking that you have never taken before. A lot of obstacles will come and a lot of unpredictable things will happen. Frustrations will be there. All these things cannot be solved in 10-15 minutes of meditation. Sometimes it may take longer. But as a practice in the beginning, you can start just 15 to 20 minutes of meditation. But as you go further, you will realize that it's going to take a lot more time to analyze the complex knots of your mind and go beyond the mind. Mind has existed for millions of years for you, and multiple lives you have been holding on to this mind. The separation is not going to happen overnight. So find enough time for yourself, but nothing for nothing, at least 20 minutes a day, where you could not have any disturbance. Shut off the cell phone. Now you sit down, cross-legged, one palm over the other, the left under and right palm over the left palm, which facilitates the transfer of energy. You sit up straight. Any slouching position will not do. All the chakras are located along the spine, and ultimately you want to reach to the highest chakra. The flow of energy gets facilitated with a straight back. If you have to take support, that's fine too. But anatomical position of straight back is very important. Usually cross-legged is better, but because of some physical defects or difficulties, if you cannot, you can sit straight on it like in a chair. But either way, the back should be straight. So like we said, first we will start with the breath in and breath out, and we will do it for a few weeks. And little by little, we're going to remove our focus of attention from the breath. Now we're going to start studying the mind. As you will pay attention, millions of thoughts will be coming in and going. But the process of meditation is different than the rest of the world. We get involved with everything that we see, touch, smell, hear. But in this case, we're not going to get involved with the mind. We have been feeding this energy to the mind for multiple lives. We're going to remove our support to the mind. for the first time, we're going to become non-doer. Normally, we have seen the activity of the mind. The mind wants an object. It goes and do something in the world to ultimately achieve that object and be happy after that. Now, this model is not going to work in meditation. This is a doership where you are the center of that action. That's your ego. Ego means not boasting. Ego means your total identity of what you are, who you are, what your connections are, what your likes are, what your dislikes are. All these things put together makes your personality. And that's total of all that is your ego. So under the kingdom of ego, doership is a must. You do things to achieve things, then you enjoy the things. This process has already led us to a lot of problems with the objects that we ended up with, we didn't like, etc. So the doership model will not work. We have to become, for the first time in life, a non-doer. You want to not cooperate with the thoughts. Thoughts will come, but you're not going to try to see which thought is coming. You're not going to associate yourself with the thought. And turn that thought into action. We are not going to see which thought is in front of us. We are not going to attach ourselves to any thoughts. And ultimately, thoughts will have to go. And at that time, we are not going to follow the thoughts. So we are simply going to be a non-doer. Compare the thoughts with the temper tantrum of your nephew. You're going to fold your arms, just going to wait for the tantrum to die out. And it will die out because all the thoughts are material. Thoughts are material. Even though you don't see them, touch them, but they are material. Without the matter, thoughts will die. Thoughts are all about either people, objects, or situations created by the material world. But we're not going to deal with it. So, thoughts, just like all the material things, go through 4 stages: birth, growth, decay, and death, which is 100% certain for all the material objects, people, or situation. So thoughts also will die out. They have to die out. They do not have a permanent existence. The only thing that is permanent is your soul. So that's what we're going to find in meditation. So you observe the thoughts that are coming in. You let them come and go. It's just like you are a commander and you are standing on a platform watching the army of soldiers passing by in one continuous fashion. You're not going to individualize any soldier. You're not going to say, oh, that soldier I fought with, oh, that soldier is my nephew. Nothing. No connections with the thoughts. And you're just going to observe the parade of thoughts. If I send you to a beach and I tell you, go and take a day off, enjoy being on the beach. But there is a small twist. I want you to look at all the clouds for the whole day. Keep a track of how many clouds were there in the sky and what were the shape, what was the color, what happened to them, all that. And that kills your fun. The whole purpose of being in the beach and enjoying the beach is killed. Now you have a thing to do. So the doership kills the fun of life. So the thoughts are part of that doership. That's why the thoughts are there. Thoughts are the mechanism through which we think our plan of action to do things in life. So for the first time, as we said, we're going to become non-doer. We are not going to pay attention to thoughts just the way to enjoy the day at the beach. We don't want to pay attention to the number of clouds or whatever is happening in front of us. We have nothing to do with it. So eventually you will develop a habit of observing the thoughts. That thoughts are coming and they're going. And after several weeks of continuous meditation, you will start realizing that yes, thoughts are there. The motion of the thoughts are there. But there is something within me which is observing, which is being aware of these thoughts. Who is it? It's totally pitch dark. It's like a totally blank space there. And it seems really nothing there. And yet the awareness is there about the thoughts. So for the first time, you have started realizing the existence of your Atma, the soul, which has no shape, no size, no color, and yet it does exist. So for the first time, you're connecting yourself with the soul. As the time passes, the next step, which I'm trying to explain, it may be deep, but it's very crucial. If you're looking at the clouds, before the clouds came, what was there? Empty space. Once the clouds came, what is separating the clouds? Again, miniature space is separating the clouds. Once the clouds go away completely, what is left behind? The space again. So now you have to start getting the concept of the emptiness as a medium in which all the actions take place. It's just like I speak a sentence, I am here. Before I spoke the sentence, what was there? Silence. When I spoke the sentence, I am here, even the three words are separated from each other by microseconds of silence. Then only the sentence makes sense. If I remove that micro silence, I am here, and I repeat the sentence, oh yeah, it would not make any sense because it lost that microseconds of silence in between. So silence is not gone. It is still there. And once the sentence is over, I am here, what comes back? The silence. So silence was always there, before, during, and after. So in a way, you can say the silence is the creator of the sounds. The sounds are maintained in the silence, and they are taken back into the silence. So it's generator, operator, and destroyer, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. So the emptiness is what gives rise to the sound, and it supports the sound and takes the sound back to make the communication with others meaningful. So the same way, the thoughts which are passing by, each thought is separated. That's why two different thoughts can be perceived by the micro space in between the thoughts. So our object of focus, after a while, will go away from the thoughts, but will start paying more attention to the emptiness. And as the time goes, the emptiness starts becoming real. That's your new existence. So far, we always thought that we are the body, we are the mind, because that has been fed into our head. We never were born with the name in our forehead. The name was given to us by the society. The clothes we were wearing, we couldn't care less. They were given to us by the society because society couldn't stand us the way we were. It was their custom. The money that we earned also came from the society. The relationship we were born into, the brother, the father, the mother, the friends, everything we came in, also came from outside. But that's not what we are. All these things are stored at the mind level. But when we walk away from the mind, the whole package stayed at the mind level. But when you go into the soul, all that package was left behind, but you still exist. The soul starts becoming alive in the form of existence. You will be able to perceive your existence. And of course, your old friend, awareness, will be always there. The same awareness that you used to connect to the pen, to connect to the body. Now you are using it to connect to the soul, to the mind. And now that old friend will stay with you, except after several months of gradual meditation, you will start taking that bridge away and you will let the mind die out. That can happen after many months or many years it may take, but it's a beautiful journey. You're going to take that bridge away from the mind and you're going to fold your awareness back onto itself, and with its another friend which is already there, the existence. By this time, your mind has kind of dying down and you have become more subtle inside, able to see the movement of the soul, the thoughts, the mind, the awareness. You have become familiar with your inside. So two things will last, the existence and the awareness. You will play around with each other. You will become aware of your existence and you will realize that awareness does exist. So continuous play between the two, and little by little you will start getting deeper and deeper, and you will realize you have reached to one entity which is aware, and it exists, and they both are one. One entity is aware and one entity, the same entity, exists also. So there were no difference. The differences were only the expressions of that entity. And for the first time, you will realize the absolute peace, the discomfort, the sufferings of the samsara, which were being perceived at your mind level, you have walked away from. And you will have a deepest possible sense of absolute bliss, peace, and comfort. When all these things happen, the word Satchidanand comes alive. Sat is the existence. Chit is the awareness. Anand is your ultimate state of bliss, away from samsara, and it still is there. At this level, you exist forever. You came with this. You got disturbed by the samsara, and now you are going back to your own natural self, which is Satchidanand. And in this you can stay forever. No one can take it away from you. Your limitations of your life were at the mind level. Birth, growth, decay, and death was at the mind level. Also the same 4 stages were at the material level. But now, giving up all the thoughts, all the beliefs, the whole samsara, now at the Satchidanand stage, you are immortal. You have reached the immortality. You are Ajar, Amar, omnipotent, omnipresent, almighty consciousness. You have changed your address. You have a new address now. This is the nutshell journey of meditation. Hopefully, all of you will take it and enjoy the infinite space where we all have room for it. There is no competition. There is no struggle. There is no anxiety. There is no grief. There is no anger. There's nothing but absolute peace. Have a good day.